What's up, y'all? We're back, and I'm pretty fucking excited to go over the Rhydon line. They are. Oh, hold on. This thing is not showing properly. Did it fix it? Yes, it did. Okay, there we go. Um, so I'm gonna start off by just addressing the most glaring things first. So, also, if I sound a little off, I'm still pretty sick, y'all. I'm tired, so. uh. Yeah, there's a lot to cover here, but first things first, I think the most obvious thing would be the fact that Rhyhorn actually has really good stats now, and just their stats as a whole seem very, I wouldn't say min-maxed, but you could say min-maxed, I'm not sure. And the reason for that is I didn't want to make them semi-pseudos, because then Rhyhorn would have to be like 350 or 330 or whatever base stat total, and then Rhydon would only be able to be like 450, and then Rhyperia could be 575, and it doesn't work. And if I made them pseudos, that could work theoretically. You know, you could have like 40 speed and 55 special attack and a little bit more defense, and you could probably hit 600 base stat total pretty easily, like 145 attack or whatever. But I'm not a huge fan of that idea personally. I also think that it would make the pre-evolutions too weak because Brian would only be 350 base stat total. So my point is, they don't really follow any specific like stat group that I've made in the hack. You know, meanwhile, like semi-pseudos and pseudos follow certain patterns. Like these guys don't follow any pattern other than the fact that they gain 50 stat total each time they evolve, which is really cool. But the most glaring thing is Rhyhorn. So Rhyhorn had awful stats. You can see it's plus 105. Look at dude. So in my opinion, all three members of the line are pretty cool, but I would say I prefer the lower forms. So I prefer Rhyhorn over Rhydon. I prefer Rhydon over Rhyperia, but I still like Rhyperia. Rhyperia is still cool. I think that he's a little goofy looking, kinda. And then I think Rhydon and Rhyhorn are just way too cool. Especially Rhyhorn is really cool, man. I mean, it's like an armored rhino dinosaur guy. He's fucking cool. And this is a 3-foot long, 250-pound compact little rhino guy. And here you can read all these entries. I mean, reading how strong he is and how fast he is. Also, another thing is that there's like Rhyhorn racing in Gen 6. And yeah, it talks about how he can't turn well, but you know, he's got the charges, he runs. It's a rhino, man. They're rhinos. So like they run a lot. They're stupid. They can rock a semi-trailer flying. You can shatter a skyscraper. I mean, obviously, these are always exaggerated, but like, you can see the point here is that Rhyhorn is really fucking strong, and so these stats are criminal. Not only is the speed way too low for how fast it's supposed to be, but the attack and defense are way too low as well. And so what I ended up doing is making Rhyhorn usable with a Violite, or without a Violite. So all three of the members of the line have something over one another, basically. It's really cool, actually. And that's why they evolve with the gem, because I don't want you to have to try to evolve after every single level. That would be pretty annoying. And I have removed all the other evolution items because I need space in Pokemon Centers for Mega Stones and battle items and parries and all that crap. Excuse me, sorry. And so it's just not realistic to. Ugh, I hate being sick, man. Hold on, y'all. Really sorry about that. Ugh, I have to do it again. Okay. Maybe we should be good for a little while now. Yeah, they're really fucking strong. So they all have like their own pros and cons. So Rhydon is very bulky with Violet, and it's very strong and it has good speed. I'm kind of glossing over two really important things. So not only is Rhyhorn the fastest of the three for obvious reasons, and that's a big reason to use it. However, a downside to Rhyhorn is the terrible special defense. However, something that's important to note is with a Violet, that Spedesh stat is actually not bad at all. 30 Spedesh, right? So let's say you have a neutral nature with a Violate. Oh crap, I have to use sweet stat just because I can see the exact numbers. This remix is very odd. Not a fan. I just got an email. Hopefully you didn't hear that notification. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, special defense. 238. That's with max investment with neutral nature. That's not terrible, man. 238 is like what base? I think 70 something. Oh my god, come on. Yeah, 69 about, or oh my god. Dude, come on. This is so annoying. Dude. There we go. 238, right? Oh my fucking god, dude. You guys get it. Right? Base 70 was 239, so it's about base 70 special defense with max investment, which is not great. Don't get me wrong, it's not great, but like he can live special hits with a violate if you invest into it. As for no investment, oh god, hold on. No investment special defense with a violate is 144, which is not good, but I mean it's better than nothing. Is the point. However, the main allure is you have not only do you have a good, a solid HP stat, 75, which is higher than a lot of fully evolved Pokemon because he's a pretty big guy, and when you invest in that HP stat is pretty good. The main allure though, however, is the 115 base defense, which with investment and no nature, not even a plus nature. So again, I don't want to encourage. Oh come on, this is so frustrating. There we go. That is 493. That is huge. Oh, that is absolutely huge. That is probably about, if I had to guess, 493 is like what? I'm kind of tired right now, so I might not be accurate with these like I usually am. Oh yeah, not even close. Wait, no. Let's do plus nature. Jolly. It was 493, right? Okay, 170 something. 175. Maxed out. Defense. I mean, that's immense. He's bulky on the physical side. Special side, he maxes at about 70, and that's with investment. With plus nature, you probably hit like 90s, I would assume. Am I really going to do this? I am. Yeah, but plus nature you do 261, which is, so if you have like a calm Rhyhorn, you can get really good special defense or solid special defense with investment. However, if you have a calm Rhyhorn, I'd probably evolve it because the main lure of Rhyhorn is the speed stat. So I would say if you have like a jolly Rhyhorn, or if you just really like Rhyhorn, or if you need the speed stat for a specific thing, then, or you know, like a naive or whatever plus speed nature, then you would definitely go Rhyhorn. Excuse me. So that's the allure of Rhyhorn. And a big thing that I've kind of been glossing over right now is they have fucking hustle. All right, they have hustle. The entire line has hustle. Rhydon and Rhyhorn have hustle. Rhyperior has two new abilities that I'll get into in a second, because I basically made it so that a Violite Rhydon is really strong, and you can also use like Scarf Rhydon or other items with Rhydon, but Rhyperior overall is still bulkier and has more defensive utility because it can hold an item, and it has two amazing abilities. And it's naturally stronger without needing to use either recoil moves or hustle, which a lot of you guys might be thinking, "Oh, hustle fucking sucks. What the fuck, bro? Fuck hustle. It's inaccurate and unreliable." Well, first of all, even if I kept it exactly the same, hustle is still great, man. Hustle is fucking great. There's a reason it's only on mostly shitty Pokemon besides like Durant and maybe Dracozolt. It's because it's really strong. It's essentially free +1 in exchange for inaccuracy. Not even that much inaccuracy to be exact. So, like I said, base 115 at +1 for defense, which it was a Violite, was about base 175, right? So I believe 118 maxed out is, yeah, that's 552 attack on Rhyhorn, which is fitting given these dex entries and given the design of Rhyhorn. So you can either be using hustle, and that's like 552 is probably like what, 190 something. Yeah, not even 200 something. Yeah, 205 or something, like 202. 201, yeah, 201, 202 attack. You have over 200 base attack at max with Rhyhorn, dude. Oh, I'm really sorry, I'm like probably... God, man, I hate being sick. Sorry, yo. Really sorry you guys get to hear that. Yeah, hustle is just really fucking strong, man. And something I did with hustle is I've given it a lot of buffs. So, oh god, it's glitching. Okay, these just don't want to show up. I got. Oh wait, they just did for a second. There we go. So not only do you already get the flat 20% reduction, which is already like totally fair given how strong you are. However, I've made tons of moves. Ignore hustle. I've also made it so wide lens boost accuracy by 1.15, meaning 15%, which makes like hustle moves about 9. Let's actually do the math. So let's say I want to use 80 base power smackdown as my rocks or jagged fangs, right? 85 base power jagged fangs. So that's 100% accurate. That becomes 80% accurate with hustle, and then you do 1.15, and you get 92% accurate. So you have 92% accurate moves with hustle with wide lens instead of 88%, which is what it used to be with wide lens. So that's really useful. You can literally just use that, and you get a choice band boost for free, and all you have to do is hold the wide lens and have a slight miss chance, which a lot of moves have. 90 to 100% accurate. Why does it do this, man? All right, y'all are just gonna have to ignore it, I guess. It's bothering me though. Come on. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay, so. Oh god. So not only do you have wide lens, you also have tons of moves that just flat out ignore hustle, meaning they don't ignore hustle's power boost, but they don't miss. They won't miss no matter what, but they still get the boost, which is fucking great. So yeah, so you have wide lens. You also have rock polish and hone claws. So hone claws gives you +2 accuracy, which is great for the line, because what you can do with hone claws in this case is you can use hone claws into inaccurate moves and still not miss them with hustle because of the way the accuracy boost works. If you use hone claws hustle plus like mega horn, stone edge, precipice blades, gunk shot, you will not miss. So you would get +1 attack, and you get the +1 attack from hustle, which is 2.25. It stacks, so you get 2.25 attack, because it's not like a stat boost where you get only double with swords and hints. It's a stacking effect, so you get 2.25x attack on base 118 or 133, depending on which of these two you're using with hustle, and then you get to spam all these inaccurate moves and not miss at all. Alternatively, you have rock polish, which works really great for Rhydon, especially, although Rhyhorn is great with it too, with the 92 speed. For example, you could run like a bulky viability hustle set with rock polish and no speed investment. And if you're running 0 speed investment with a neutral nature, let's say, at +2, you still are massively fast. 440 speed is what you hit, which is, you guys know how fast it is. And that's with no investment, so that's a great thing too. You can take advantage of Value Light, and you can also do the same thing with Rhydon, although you're not going to be as fast with no investment because you aren't, as naturally fast. But 340 speed is still great with no investment. And if you can always speed creep. So say, oh, I'm fighting a trainer and their highest speed Pokemon is base 115. Okay, then let's speed creep base 115, and then there you go. Then you can throw the rest of the investment into HP or special defense or attack or whatever you want to do. So that's really great, really, really great, man. Rock polish is great, and again, that gives you +1 accuracy now as well. I should have mentioned, if I did not, or you guys don't look at the sheets that much, then yes, rock polish gives +1 accuracy now as well. So you can use that greatly with hustle, or you can just use rock polish on like a normal set and just use like stone edge, precipice blades, and accurate sets. Another thing is precipice blades is worth using over earthquake because earthquake is reliable, 100 base power everything. Precipice blades though is 130, and it has a 30% burn rate. So it's worth using for sure. That's about it for hustle. Oh, sorry, that's not it for hustle. What am I talking about? We got plenty more. So, like I said, you have those 2 setup moves. You also have, like I said, tons of moves that ignore the accuracy drop. Flat out, they just ignore it. You don't have to worry about it with them. So, you can use U-turn for utility. You U-turn right out of there, and you get the hustle boost without having to miss. Stomping Tantrum, stab, Stomping Tantrum, 75 base power. So a really cool thing with Stomping Tantrum is you can use a regular move, and if you miss it, then you could use Stomping Tantrum guaranteed and get 150 base power on the second turn. That's not the best use of it. I would say it's better to just use Stomping Tantrum flat out. Oh, let me fix that base power, because I recently nerfed it. Well, I had it as 80 base power, but then I realized that that's way too fucking strong. Like, we have Hustle Nidoking and Hustle Rhydon and Rhyhorn with Stomping Tantrum with 80 base power. That's ridiculous. It's overpowered. So I put it back to 75, which is very fair because tons of Pokemon get better ground coverage now anyways. So besides gimmicky sets, after you get like the Seismic Fist TM, you're going to be using that unless you want to use Stomping Tantrum. But point is, it's really strong with Stomping Tantrum. You get the completely ignore all of the downsides. of hustle, and you still get a massive boost. And 75 base power stab is nothing to scoff at when you're getting a 1.5 boost for free. So that's fucking amazing. Then you also have Dragon Tail as Rhydon, which is 90 base power, and it's my negative priority, and it swaps them out, so that's really useful. It can't miss anymore either, so that's just a nice move to have with Hustle for utility, and it's strong. And then you have Skull Bash. Ooh, Skull Bash is great. I buffed that a lot, so Skull Bash not only can it not miss, right? So Skull Bash can't miss, but also Last Resort post game is a cool little gimmick you could do, but that's not super important. What is important though is Skull Bash here. You get the +1 defense boost on the first turn, and then on the second turn you get attack and accuracy. So you get stronger and you don't miss your moves anymore, and this can't miss. So if you use like Power Herb Skull Bash, you can just really take advantage of that. Sorry, somebody texted me. You can take advantage of this really well. Super great, man. With what was I just saying? Because with Skull Bash, got the music and also the fact that I'm getting notifications for stuff that's throwing me off. Yeah, just absolutely amazing, genuinely, and Hustle. I love it, man. What a great ability now. I mean, it was already great, but now people really have no excuse to hate on it. You also have Flail and you also have Reversal, which is useful with like Endure. You can use like an Endure set with Reversal and Hustle, like Endure Selak with Hustle and Reversal, and then you can also use Stab as Settle Rock, which is priority, 45 base power, and it can't miss, which is really fucking strong with Hustle on both Rhyhorn and Rhydon. And then you also have Sucker Punch, which can't miss as well on its priority. And you have Pursuit, which doesn't miss if they swap. Another great Shadow Punch, which is just good coverage on Rhydon. Can't miss Shadow Punch. Can't miss Shadow Punch either. Focus Punch is buffed, and it gives Shadow Punch is also buffed 80 base power. Well, everything is buffed, man. But Focus Punch gives you 180 base power, and you get an accuracy boost after you use it. So you can use like sub Focus Punch, Rhydon, if you insist, or you can just predict really well, and then you can get a +1 accuracy boost on top of the huge hit if you don't want to use Skull Bash for the same effect, or Smart Strike for the same effect, which is 70 base power steel type, and it gives you +1 accuracy after. Oh, I have to move Focus Punch to the accuracy boosting stuff, don't I? I totally forgot to do that. Hold on. If I didn't do that already, let's see if I did. Yeah, I did not. This is better. Sorry, guys. So yeah, super strong stuff, man. Hustle's fucking great. There's a lot more stuff that I don't even really have time to cover right now because I don't want this to go on too long, and I also have to actually leave early right now because I have to answer this call. But yeah, I might have to actually mute in a second just to quickly answer the call if they keep calling. That's a bit of a hustle, man. But like, oh, and then with 133 base attack on Rhydon, oh man, you are just absolutely massive in how strong you are. You max out at because 133 attack is already great on its own, you know, like that's already really strong. It's like Needle King level power, man. You get 601 attack. That is like about 230, I think. 240. Yeah. 230 something, all right? You guys got the idea. So 230, like 230, 240 attack. Absolutely massive with Rhydon. And of course, you still have the inaccuracy, but you can bypass that with so many moves like I just listed. You have all of these great options to bypass the accuracy drop, or you can just fucking, you know, use it and not give a fuck. Also, you have 50 base special defense, which is not great, but with the Violight, it is better. It is good with the Violight. So say you have a neutral nature with no investment. At the Violight, you get 204 speed F, which is not great. That's without investment, you're not very bulky. But when you put in max investment, now you're at about almost base 100 special defense with max investment. Add a plus nature on top of that. Oh, sorry. Oh, that was with the plus nature. Oops. Wait, no. Now you are. Now you're at like base 100 for sure. I believe 298 is probably about base 90, if I had to guess. Yeah, you guys get the idea, right? He's bulky. I'm sorry, I'm really kind of flustered right now. But you also have a usable speed stat because Rhyhorn looks like Rhydon looks way faster than Rhyperior because he has actual legs and he can like run around and stampede and shit. Rhyperior also it's kind of an in-between between Rhyhorn's like charging Rhino-esque nature and then Rhyperior is just absolute tankiness. Rhyperior should not be fast. Look at he doesn't even have legs to run with really. Versus Rhydon has actual legs and it's not covered in rock armor as much as Rhyperior is, so it doesn't look as cumbersome. And his body proportions are well just less fat. However, while Rhydon is faster. Oh, another thing that works with Hustle is First Impression. I forgot to cover that as well. That's also great. That becomes, and also Draco Jet, which is just like decent priority over Accel Rock if you want to run both. For some reason, you can also use it like Sucker Punch. But a great thing with First Impression is it always crits as well, so you're bypassing stat boost. So you're getting a 60 base power move that always crits and can't miss with Hustle. So you're getting a 1.5 boost from Hustle and from a crit. So it becomes about 135 base power with a Hustle, which is really great. For specific cases, and bug coverage is useful on these guys as a ground rock type. That's why they ran Mega Owen before. So you can use First Impression on the pre-evolutions, and also of course Rhyperior can use it nicely as well for specific situations. That's why it's a TM. It's situational. You'll just turn it on and off as you need it. That being said, there are other abilities Reckless if you don't want to risk Hustle or you don't need Hustle's power, because trust me, 118 attack and 133 attack are great on their own. You don't really need Hustle all the time. With Reckless, they have tons of great moves. Reckless gives them a 1.2 boost. So 115 with 1.2. Sorry. It's 433 defense, 433 attack. And then I believe 133. Oh, sorry, it's 118. You guys get the idea, right? It's like this will probably be about 450. And then, sorry. Rhydon is also very powerful. Rhydon with Reckless is technically stronger than Rhyperior on its own. That is not including the fact that Rhydon is much less bulky without a Violite. And with that, so basically, my main thing that I've been kind of waiting to say, people might be looking at this and be like, "Oh, Rhydon's just better. Rhydon's just better." It is not, because in Sweltering Sun, a lot of the fights are pretty difficult. Not in a stupid way, but in a way that you're going to need to like prepare your items. You're going to need to, specifically tailor items and sets to combat them if you want to be smart about it. And that removes your item slot. A Violite removes your item slot. However, the good thing about Rhydon is it actually doesn't need a Violite to be good, because 105, 120 physical bulk is great. So you can still use like Scarf sets or Focus Sash or whatever you need for specific like meme strategies. Or not meme strategies, niche strategies is better. I don't know why I said meme, I'm tired. Niche strategies you can still use like Sash or Scarf. Scarf is actually really great on Rhydon with like Scarf Stomping Tantrum. You just wreck through shit, you just completely destroy. Or Scarf, you can use like Smart Strike, you can use Rock Polish with Focus Sash, whatever you need to do. Although I would say probably Rock Polish with the Violet might be better because you can get it up. I don't know, it depends on the fight. Say, for example, they're leading off with a fucking Water type move, then you can use Sash Rock Polish if they don't have Taunt, which they probably will have Taunt on their lead anyways, or some type of phasing tactic to prevent setup. But maybe mid-battle, maybe after this, you kill the first Pokemon. Oh, I didn't give them Roar. I want them to have Roar. I'll throw that in on the same level as Battle Cry. It'll be kind of cramped, but yeah. I'll have to add that in the files after this. Don't let me forget. Note to self, don't forget that. Roar is just a plus. What's a plus priority single-use phasing move, so that's useful just for like specific things. It's niche, but it's useful. Also, the Z effect gives you +2 attack for free. So that's fucking great, because you're literally just phasing them out, you're forcing them out. Oh, that's inaccurate. Let's fix that. Yeah, Z effect is +2 attack, which is just great for free. That being said, you have tons of other great stuff. Like I said, Reckless gives you really great power, and it works with, so I will cover them right now, recoil moves. So I'll tell you all the recoil moves they get. So, Rhydon gets Brutal Swing for dark coverage, and that is boosted by Reckless. They all get Double Edge, which is useful normal coverage earlier on. That's a level 50, which is much earlier than all the other Reckless moves. Takedown is level 55, that's fighting type coverage. You have Stab, Rock Climb, and you have Sorry, you have stab, rock climb, and then you have takedown, wild charge, and dragon hammer. So you have stab on rock, and you have dark coverage, fighting coverage, dragon coverage, and electric coverage, which are strong, 110 base power, and you get the reckless boost, which works great on both Rhyhorn and Rhydon. Again, Rhyhorn is really fast, so you might want to use Rhyhorn with reckless sets, or you can use Rhydon. You know, it really just depends on what you need. That's why you can wait to evolve them. I would probably wait initially. It depends on your nature, man. If I got plus speed, I'm probably waiting because Rhyhorn is really cool. Rhydon's also great though, and again, 77 speed is a very good speed tier as well. Don't get me wrong, very good, especially with boosting moves, or speed support on your allies or whatever. Where is the moves? Here it is. Sorry guys, I'm kind of flustered right now. And then you get submission, which is 150 base power, and that drops your defenses still. So what Reckless does, well, actually Reckless doesn't even ignore the recoil either. That's headstrong, but you also get the stat drop, which is a bigger deal because the recoil is more controllable because it's minor. It's 25 or 20%, which is like you can actually calculate what it is going to be and you know, make sure that you're safe because of it. But with the minus defenses, you are with Rhyhorn, it's great. With Rhyhorn, Rhyhorn is by far the best user. Either Rhyhorn or Scarf Rhydon or Scarf Rhyhorn make great use of Head Smash and Headlong Rush dual stab. They also have Flare Blitz. I forgot to mention that. That one might seem kind of weird, but in Gen 8 they get Heat Crash by TM, and so they also get Fire Fang and Fire Punch, and I think that works pretty well. And most importantly, their dex entries. So here you can say repels molten lava, protects from magma. There's a couple more about like living in volcanoes or something. Yeah, it swaggers around volcanic regions protected from the heat. Rams into streams of magma. So there, as you can see, Flare Blitz makes a lot of sense there. You know, you can be joined to the ground, whatever you want to say. He gets Fire Punch and Fire Fang already. With Rhyperior, his says that he literally, oh, that's also what I get bulk up. I mean, a lot of shit gets bulk up now, but yeah, they also get bulk up. Perfect, great setup. They get bulk up and Swords Dance and all that. They already got Swords Dance, but that's really great. You can also get these like Drain Punch. But yeah, here it talks about withstanding volcanic eruptions. Also, all of these X injuries are the logic for Bulletproof. Also, my man literally has a Bulletproof vest for the Protector, so Bulletproof is pretty much a no-brainer. I guess I'll get into that now. So as you can see, those are all the Reckless moves. Like I said, 150 base power, Head Smash, and Headlong Rush. While extremely strong, still have the drawback of probably dealing a short of recoil because you're going to be doing a lot of damage with them, and also dropping your defenses, and also low PP. But they are 100% accurate, so you can really use those to your advantage. That's Rhyhorn Rhydon, and you might be thinking, oh, these guys are better. They are not. I promise you they are not, because held item freedom is so important in Hag. So unbelievably important. Also, Rhyperior is super bulky and strong on its own. So Assault Vest Rhyperior is much bulkier overall, especially than Rhydon. Much bulkier. Also, Rhyperior has a great special defense stat now, given what it used to be, and I think that makes a lot of sense given the fact that it can withstand volcanic eruptions, and it has this armor plating on it that, you know, it should be able to withstand some special hits too. Also, he's all about defense. In my opinion, he looks more defensive than the others, so despite having a Violate, Rhyperior is still more defensive because of his abilities and his special defense stat. So 115, 140 windy bulk. Yes, you have the meager defensive ground rock typing, but you will still be tank in the sand. Oh, dude, you can run like Sand Rhyperior with Sediment. Man, that is absolutely insane. Like Z Sediment gives you +2 defense. Sorry, Z Sandstorm gives you +2 defense. So you get +2 defense, +1 special defense. You can then use Solid Rock or Bulletproof depending on what's in front of you, and you have this amazing bulk. I mean, oof. And Z Sandstorm also ignores taunt, so you can use that first turn and just become super bulky. And you Sediment will heal you by 2/3 of your HP in the sand. That's a cool strategy. Or you can just have sand set up by your opponent. By your teammates. You can just use Sandstorm or Sandstream on your teammate. And Rhyperior with Assault Vest, understand, is insanely bulky. I will quickly show. Assault Vest Rhyperior is 459 per def, and then add another 1.5 on top of that, so 459 times 1.5. That 1.5 is 688. Oh man, that is 669 is 255, so that's over 255 special defense. So he is swallowing even surfs and stuff like energy balls and seed flares. He's swallowing them, and he would definitely live them unless it's like coming off a really strong Pokemon. And speaking of like energy ball and all that stuff, with infinite ability capsules, you can easily just swap your abilities, which is beautiful. Oh god, I lost Bulletproof. Here it is. I added this section, by the way, for those of you who don't know, I added this here because I think that all of the new moves are worth using, are worth noting, and also all of these buffs moves, because before, Bulletproof was shit. I mean, it wasn't shit, but it had a terrible distribution, and it wasn't shit. What am I saying? It's still bad. It still fucking ignores, like, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, just common moves in competitive. But now all of these moves are great, besides Ice Ball. Literally every single one of these moves is great, and well, there will be Pokemon with these moves, besides Ice Ball. And Ice Ball's not even bad, but it's just not really going to come up, probably, because I'm never going to give it to trainers. Like, Electro Ball gives you +1 speed now, Gyro Ball gives you -2 speed now, Zap Cannon and Rock Wrecker give you -2 attack and -2 special attack respectively and are 100% accurate. Mud Bomb is 110 base power, 90% accurate, drops your speed. I'm just rattling off all the changes here. Triple Candidate is and Bug Bomber are physical and special versions of the Surging Strikes, so they crit and they are 113 base power effectively and they hit 3 times. Point being, Rhyperior completely blocks these moves. So even though you resist like Scum Shot, Sludge Bomb, even though you Rock Wrecker, even though you resist those moves, being immune to them is still really useful. Because you get the free switch, you don't take any damage. You don't have to worry about any added effects. You don't have to worry about the poison effect of Scum Shot. You don't have to worry about a poison chance from Sludge Bomb. You don't have to worry about a special defense trap from Sludge Shadow Ball. You don't have to worry about the burn from Searing Shot. You know, it's fucking amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You can completely shut down entire Pokemon because some Pokemon will have only these moves on their moveset. It is absolutely a godsend. And you can actually take advantage of Bulletproof and set up, or you can just take the hit and move on. Most importantly, however, you are ignoring your weakness to Mud Bomb. You're ignoring your weakness to Energy Ball and Seed Bomb and Bullet Seed and Focus Blast and Aura Sphere, all of which are common and strong attacks that are weak. You are weak to. Focus Blast, you know, the 130 with power, 85% accurate. You completely shut those moves down. It's so good with Bulletproof. So good, so good. So please don't underestimate it. Don't think, oh well, Rhydon is better. No, Bulletproof Rhyperior. If you're going for the bulkiestness, I mean. It's a hard pick, man. It's really hard to choose. I would recommend doing number 1 based on your preference, and 2 based on what's in front of you and what you need. And if you need the item freedom, you might want to Rhyperior. If you don't need the item freedom as much, or you want the power, or you want the boost from Hustle or Reckless, you can use Rhydon or if you have the speed, you can use Rhyhorn. You know, so it's great overall. It's really up to personal preference plus situation plus your individual nature and IVs. That's Bulletproof. Solid Rock, very self-explanatory. Again, if you add on, so yes, they have a lot of weaknesses, but with 115, 140, and 90 bulk in sand with Assault Vest with Solid Rock, dude, you are swaddling even stab like Hydro Pumps. Most likely, I would say, or at least taking one. Although, don't quote me on that. With Investment, you definitely are. With Investment, you 100% are. Obviously, it depends on the Pokemon that's using it, but you get my idea, guys. Like, it's really fucking bulky with Solid Rock as well. Without Sand, it's also very bulky with Solid Rock. You know, you're tanking. Oh, physical hits, you're swallowing close combos. You're swallowing Aqua Tails. You're swallowing Power Whips. All this crap. You're swallowing them, eating them. Right? Rhyperior is a goat. Rhydon is a goat. Rhyhorn is a goat. They are not goats. I don't know why I'm saying that. Y'all know what I mean. They're fucking goated, man. I love them. Really cool bonds. You could argue, oh, they're too strong. They're not. Also, you have really cool mini. I mean, if you have like utility, don't get me like they're not all offense. They have utility, especially Rhyperior. You have these cool Wide Guard, Quick Guard, which can also have Z moves. You have Roar, like I said. You have Battle Cry, which gives -2 offenses, which is great with either a Violet Rhydon or Rhyhorn, or just Rhyperior with Solid Rock. You can really start to nerf somebody. You have Leer and Scary Face, lower speed and attack, and -2 defense. You have Dig, which gives you +1 accuracy after, which works with Hustle also, but it has a chance to miss. So basically you're risking the miss and you're also waiting 2 turns. But if you land it, then you don't miss any other move after because you get the +1 accuracy, which is cool. So it's kind of a little thing you can try. You also have another thing that you can use with like Rhyperior is like Quick Claw, because it is a one-time use thing now. So you can instantly go first. So you can use like Quick Claw, Earthquake, or Quick Claw, Stone Edge, and just get like a giant priority move off and then get out of there. You can use Eject Button with Rock Wrecker, because you can fire, I don't know, lots of great stuff, man. So much good stuff. You can use Vector Berries, Focus Ash, Choice Band, so much stuff. It's absolutely insane. And they get Dragon Dance, so that is great for especially Rhyhorn and Rhydon. Rhyperior is not too great because your speed stat. Rock Polish is salvageable. You can definitely use Rock Polish that's on Rhyperior. But even at +2 speed, 32 is not great with that investment. So you're gonna need like, yeah, as you can see here, like only with max, like plus nature 32 base speed, then you're starting to outpace stuff. This is faster than base 110s, which is useful. So that's cool. You have tons of other great stab moves. You have Smackdown, which is 80 base power, and it turns them on the ground, so you can then use ground moves on a flying Pokemon or a levitating Pokemon after smacking them down. Same thing goes for Heavy Slam. Same thing goes for Hammer Arm, which is on my period. So all three of those moves will have the Smackdown effect as well, which works great with the ground stab. I believe that's about it. I would love to cover more, but I've already gone for long enough, and these guys are really great and awesome and cool, and they have so much coverage and so much power, and of course they are still technically held back by the typing, and they're still technically held back by the special defense on the pre-evolutions at least, you know, and the item slot, and they're great though. They are great. And I'm really excited for them, and they're really awesome and cool, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope I didn't miss anything. And like I said, Reaster Superior is also technically stronger if you don't count Hustle or Reckless, so that's cool as well. And with Choice Band versus Rhydon might not be able to run Choice Band unless you're running like Choice Band with like First Impression, or Choice Band with Acela Rock, which doesn't miss with Hustle. That's great. That is just just shoot 133 base attack, Choice Band, stab Acela Rock with not missing with Hustle, can just destroy things. Sucker Punch as well, which is technically stronger. Great stuff. I believe I've gushed for long enough, guys. That's about it. Thanks for listening to this one, and I hope you guys enjoyed.